afternoon. Welcome to Afternoon Chat. I'm your host, Ghost Mosley. How's everybody doing today? Healthy, happy, and staying out of trouble, just like me? The chat is up and running. What would you guys like to talk about today? What's on your mind? I have no set agenda for this show. There's no set topic. Nothing is predetermined. Afternoon Chat is a free show. No midstream ads, no commercials, no sponsors. No predetermined topics. There's no script. The stars of this show are the people in the live chat. They determine what we talk about. They determine just about everything with this show. I'm not running for political office. I'm not trying to become a online influencer. I'm not chasing your wallet. I'm not coming out with a line of merch. I am offering you an opportunity to speak your mind about anything. You're in charge. Happy Monday. How'd your weekend go? Mine went good. I got plenty of sleep. I ate well. I actually went for a walk, even though it was in the snow. I'm in Michigan. It's like 20 degrees out there. And there's the remnants of a foot of snow. What's on your mind? What do you guys want to talk about today? The show's going just fine. Made a couple of changes this weekend. Well, it came to my attention that, I get pretty lazy with this stuff, so I'm trying to pay more attention to it. According to my channel analytics, YouTube's telling me I'm doing a great job, so we'll see how it goes. I do need to talk to people about liking and subscribing. I guess that will help the live stream get out to more people or something. Hey, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. But if you are into that kind of stuff, please feel free. I'm never going to ask you to do anything on this channel that's going to cost you money. That's not my hang up. Greed is that's for the rest of the world. I'll skip the greed if you don't mind. It's a quiet day. The only thing really on my mind is I just saw TMZ broadcast that was saying that the country of Turkey, a judge determined that liking an attractive woman's photo online is grounds for divorce. Hey, that struck me as odd, and I know that we have viewers in Turkey. Okay. It struck me as real odd. Am I going to get in trouble for liking something on my computer screen? That's, well, I can't get divorced anymore. I'm not married. So, been there, done that. But I think it's odd that, what you like online can be used against you in a court of law. That just, for whatever reason, it strikes me as odd. I don't think looking is cheating. Personal opinion. Feel free to disagree. Jump in the chat, straighten me out. But I can't see hitting a thumbs up. I can't see as how that's cheating in a relationship. Personal opinion. That's all I can offer you. My perspective, just one guy sitting on one end of his couch. That's all I can ever offer you guys, is the one. I can't offer you all perspectives. I can't see them all. I can only see my perspective. You can jump in the chat and share your perspective, your opinion. That's what this show's all about. I just think it's odd. All you got to do is like a photo, and your wife can consider that to be cheating on you. I don't know. It seems like the world's getting pretty petty. Okay. I like strawberries and I like steak. So can the strawberries sue me for cheating on them with steak? I mean, that's how absurd this all sounds to me. I know, I'm not married to strawberries. Well, maybe if you saw the way I was eating strawberry jam. I like it. I just some bizarre news story out of Turkey, and it just caught me off guard, and I'm like, what the hell? Grounds for divorce? I don't think you even need grounds for divorce. Can't two people just decide to get divorced? What, an uncontested divorce? Well, what's wrong with that? If two people decide to go in different directions with their lives, why do you need to find grounds? It just, and why would it? Because you like to photograph. Why would could that be misconstrued as being unfaithful in a relationship? I don't get it. It's bizarre to me. I mean, maybe I'm missing something. Well, I don't have a wife that I can't get off her phone, okay? Or vice versa, I believe that telephone addiction is a real thing nowadays. Go out to dinner, go out to a meal in a restaurant, and sit and look at the tables beside you. How many of those people are on their phone? I'm willing to state it's 50%. I mean, from the numbers I see, I've seen 4 people sitting in a booth, an apparent family, mom, dad, and a couple of teenage kids, and everybody's on their device. Nobody's talking at the table. That, to me, seems bizarre. Wouldn't you put the phone down and visit the people that you're with? I mean, call me old-fashioned. Maybe I am. I know I'm not young and wise to all this phone scrolling that's going on, but it just seems absurd to me. So what's on your mind? What do you guys want to talk about? The show's doing fine. I'm doing fine. How are you doing? If you're having trouble chatting, you need to go to YouTube and download the Discord app. It is also free. That will enable you to be able to chat. Everyone's welcome. Tell me what's on your mind. What do you guys want to talk about? I'm getting ready for Monday Night Football tonight. It's not the Lions playing, but it is pro football, so I'll watch it. I'll probably be watching with Tom Grossi tonight. He does all the primetime games. I've given up on regular TV. I want to see the live stream content. Well, I like to be, if I want to, talk to the host, I like to be able to chat. You go on to like a Paramount broadcast, there's no chat. The game will probably be on what, ABC tonight? Yeah. I'll be watching on YouTube with Tom Grossi. It's technically it's called a watch party. I enjoy it. I'd rather have a host that keeps it 100. I don't want these corporate shills. Okay. They're just not entertaining to me. They're working off a script. There's no script in this show. I'm just winging it. Okay. I'm not trying to manipulate people or control people. It's the opposite. I'm trying to get people to come in here and talk. So if you ever wanted a chance to talk to your TV, now's your opportunity. Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A show where everyone is welcome. You're not required to chat, but you're welcome to. Tell me what's on your mind. Yeah, I'm having a pretty mellow day myself. Got no major plans other than watching football and staying inside and staying warm. Well, winter is the older you get, the harder winter is on you, in my opinion. When I was young, I was out snowmobiling. I was out, playing in it, ice fishing. And in old age, I'm just, no, thank you. I can come up I would rather sit indoors and play a game of solitaire. Okay. That's more entertaining to me than running around in frigid temperatures with 15 layers of clothing on. Personal opinion. I mean, feel free to jump in the chat and express yours. I used to snowmobile. I used to ice fish. I enjoyed those activities when I did them. But I think that's for younger people. Once you get to be my age, you go outside, you catch a chill, you're done for the day. Okay. Maybe I'm just a lightweight in my old age. I don't know. If I'm going out in the winter, I start by putting on long johns. Then I go with a flannel shirt. And Crumbelina bought me a battery-powered vest that's got heating elements in it. Okay. I put that sucker on high. Okay. I'm into staying warm. Then I put on a hoodie over the top of all of that. And then I put on my winter coat on top of all of that. A winter coat, it's nothing fancy. It's Carhartt, and it's I think it's good to 40 below zero or something. But if you put on enough layers, you don't get cold. That's the key here. I was talking to a guy in Scotland last week, and he says they don't really get the snow that we get, but they do get ice. They do get the cold temperatures. They just don't get the heavy downfall of snow. I think we probably get more here because of the Great Lakes, that lake effect snow. But I really don't know. I'm not a meteorologist, I was in Vegas for 33 years, and I think it snowed 4 times in 33 years. Maybe only 3. But, it didn't stick, and it wasn't an accumulation. They didn't need snow plows, not like it is here. We'll probably have snow all the way through till, I don't know, sometime in March. So about 4 months. Well, March, it's typically like 45 degrees during the day, but at night it can drop down, and you can get snow even as late as April, depending on what, front moves in or whatever. What's the weather like where you're at? It's just plain cold. The wind is down a little bit today. That the wind chill makes it worse, but what's on your mind today? What do you guys want to talk about? I have no set agenda. I have no script. If you guys don't get in the chat and talk it up, we're stuck with whatever direction my mind wanders in, and who knows with me. Okay. I don't have any real control. My mind just wanders onto something, so I talk about it. I'd much rather you guys jump in the chat and you guys control the conversation. I'm figuring I might learn something. Okay. I enjoy learning. This last weekend, I learned how to change my profile picture. Ooh, it was very exciting. Actually, I have an air, I'm a smoker, so I have an air cleaner that runs 24/7. And my filter needs to be changed. So a light was flashing on it and it was irritating me. Tragedy, how's it going? Love to see you, brother. I watched your channel again this weekend. It's entertaining. I don't think you're really showing gore. I think you're just showing gory facts. Anybody doesn't know, Tragedy Tales here has got a channel with a lot of videos. I mean, hours and hours and hours of entertainment. I highly recommend them. It's my go-to. It's popping up in my feed now. Okay. And I'll be cruising by and I'll click in on something because the headline caught me. Your thumbnails, they catch me. They get me to stop. I was looking at my thumbnails this weekend and I think my thumbnails are boring. In comparison to yours. But I don't have, subject matter like you do. What are you guys up to? Staying out of trouble? Sounds boring to me. Excellent. I didn't look up your total. How many videos do you have available? I'm assuming it's over 1,000. When I scroll through, I don't see an end coming, and I don't see a lack of subject matter. Well, they look interesting to me, but I haven't scrolled through to the end. I saw Tom Grassi's the other day, and he's got 4,700. 81? Yeah, I'll believe that. Hey, probably by the end of winter, I'll have all of them watched. Then I'll be pressing you. Hurry up with the next vid. It's very entertaining to me. It's kind of sad. Some people do some dumb shit to get themselves killed. Like the 18-year-old that went into the sausage machine. I mean, that had to be the most horrible death. The MRI one that you had about the guy with the big chain. Well, I have metal in my leg, and I was in an MRI just a couple of years ago. And I kept hoping nothing would go wrong. They kept telling me, oh, we'll keep it away from your leg. You'll be fine. I was laying there not trusting them, I'll tell you that much. Well, when you get metal put inside your body, everything changes. I know I'm speaking from experience. You can't even go to the dentist without taking an antibiotic first. Once you get the metal inside your body, things are different. In my opinion. But in this instance, I think I'm speaking with experience. Well, other people's attitudes towards you change too. Well, even just going to the doctor, they offer me pain meds every time I go. I'm like, no, I don't want any meds. They're shocked. Why don't you want meds? It seems like they push harder than the old cocaine salesman I used to have back in Vegas. They kept offering me do you want to go to a pain clinic? No, I don't want to go anywhere. 81 videos. Oh, I think I've seen 7, maybe 8. But I'll keep looking. I'll keep watching. Up isn't here this week. He's on. He got put on swing shift for a week, so he won't be here all week. Well, he'll watch the videos later, but he won't be on to chat. Did you see that eruption down in Indonesia? Man, that's some freaky shit. Mother Nature has got some serious power. There's a friend of the show, Nunu, that lives in Indonesia. Haven't heard from him since, so I think that, their internet might be down. It's a bunch of islands, so I think if you're on the wrong island, you might not have internet access right now. My personal opinion, internet access should be free to everybody worldwide. I don't see why they can't just put it on a half a dozen satellites that cover the circumference of the globe. It would make sense to me. If it's good for business, it's good for the planet, right? And then I think your individual cities should offer you free Wi-Fi. Personal opinion. I don't see why we all got to be paying for this shit. Especially when the Wi-Fi doesn't work that good. Well, I have Spectrum internet. And I currently have the laptop hardwired to the router. Because their Wi-Fi is so good, I keep getting kicked off a live stream without being hardwired. Yeah. It's a defective product, you ask me. They call it Wi-Fi, and it should be called Wi-Maybe-Fi. So what do you guys want to talk about? The viewership is up. We're getting views. And subscribers are still climbing. I looked at the analytics this weekend when I went in there to change my profile pic. Yeah, Crumbleina was telling me I need a better looking pic up there. So, well, I use my face for all the thumbnails. I just put different color backgrounds in. And I looked to see, I've been doing this about 100 days. So I looked to see if there was a correlation, maybe a different color background would get more views. I saw no correlation. I still haven't made a decision on video editing software. And I still haven't made a determination to get a different camera. Well, the reflection in my glasses off of this camera. See all that? Yeah. Drives me nuts. Well, when I talk to people, I like to look them in the eye. And if I'm talking to the camera like this, with the reflection in the glasses, you can't see my eyes. And they're there. They actually work. Well, kind of work. That's why I need the glasses. I'm still nursing my Dr. Pepper here, but I got my Gatorade on deck. Sunday, got a huge football game coming. The Rams and Detroit Lions. The Lions have to win every game. They can't afford to lose another game, in my opinion. I looked at all the prognosticators, and even Mike Kimber is saying, well, he says they can lose next week. I disagree. If they finish the season at 11-6, they're going to need other teams to lose in order for Detroit to make the playoffs. Whereas if they can finish 12-5, they're guaranteed they're going to be in the playoffs. They'll get to 7 seed at 12-5. Or they'd win the division, one of the two. So they might come out with the 2 seed or something like that. The last game of the season, last game of the regular season, the Lions are playing the Bears. And I think the winner is going to win the division. But I think the rest of the season, every game's a must win for the Lions if they want to guarantee that they'll be in the playoffs. If they lose one game, they need somebody else to lose one game in order for them to get in the playoffs. It matters to me. I want to see them playing. It's my favorite team. And I should also, while I'm talking about this trash, I should also tell you that I'm not going to do the afternoon chat on Christmas Day. I'm going to take the day off from chat so that I can watch the Lions play. I want the show to be reliable and dependable Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern. But I want to take a day off. Hey, personal preference. If the people in the chat tell me don't take the day off, I won't. I respond to the people in the chat. That's the only thing I respond to. You can ask my family. They'll tell you. Nobody tells me what to do. But I'm going to allow the people in the chat a certain amount of leeway, especially when it comes to this show. And the people in the chat, this is their show as far as I'm concerned. And I've decided it's kind of weird telling people that you're on TV. I'm not used to it at all. I get kind of embarrassed by it. Well, that's part of being an adult. When things bother you, you work your way through them, you know, in my opinion. But feel free to jump in the chat and disagree. I'm enjoying doing this, and I like meeting people from all over the planet. I find it very interesting. But it's when I'm out walking around in my normal life, I just find it odd to tell people, hey, I'm on TV 5 days a week, 2 hours a day. I get very excited when I think about having the channel and the ability to put anything on TV that I want. I like that. That mentally, I find that very stimulating. The problem I have is I don't know what I want to put on TV. I'll probably end up putting on things that I would like to watch on TV that I don't see. But I like the way TV is going with the interactive chat. I mean, that's the whole purpose of this show, right? Is the interactive chat. If I just wanted to get on and rant, I don't think it'd be a 2-hour show. I think it'd probably be about 15 minutes. I think that's how long it'd take me to run out of steam. Although last week I did talk well over an hour on the futility of hate in our society. I just, personal preference. I was just caught up on something that day and I went on for a solid hour. Well, no one was in the chat, If you guys get in the chat, I'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. Well, I'm trying to be careful and not rant too much, because it's just my opinion. And my opinion can be somewhat tainted, especially when it comes to football, pro football, and the Lions. On college football, I'm kind of upset that Notre Dame's not going to be in a bowl game. I don't like that. Notre Dame has got this kid playing running back. His name's Jeremiah Love. There's something special about this kid. I've been watching sports all my life. Trust me when I tell you there's something special about this kid, Jeremiah Love. I shouldn't call him a young man, okay? I mean, he's attending college. He's a young man. He's not a kid. But yeah, the last time I saw somebody like this, it was Bo Jackson or Barry Sanders. I started watching Barry Sanders when he was in college, and I was rooting for the Lions to draft him. And when they did, I was just elated. What a difference maker. You pick these kids up, you spot these kids when they're going to school, and you realize this kid's destined for something. They've got some talent. They've got some, I don't know, je ne sais quoi, whatever you want to call it. I see this Jeremiah Love, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this guy's just like Gibbs, the running back for the Lions now. Very talented. I don't care what job you ask him to do, the guy's going to excel. All right. Moving on to the healthy crap. So what do you guys want to talk about? Or you just want me to ramble? I don't know. I know I smoke cigarettes online. Is it legal to smoke marijuana online on a live stream? I don't want to. I'm just wondering. Well, I mean, it's legal here in Michigan. Well, I know other countries got, limitations of what they can broadcast and what they can't. Interesting. Maybe I'll read the community guidelines and see if there's anything in there. I would imagine some of these other countries would have a stroke if you were smoking pot on a live stream. They'd probably flip out. Probably have 75 lawsuits by the end of the day. So what's going on with you guys? Yeah, we lost some viewers. I think they all went to Tragedy Tales. We had a chunk and they all disappeared. I think they looked up Tragedy Tales, and they'll probably come back after they watch one or two of his vids. They're good vids. I can't complain. I don't know. Maybe I should be getting into more live chats. I really only engage with Mike Kimber. Well, he and I got a lot in common. He's a Lions fan. I'm a Lions fan. He's a single father. I'm a single father. He's in Southwest Michigan. I'm in Southwest Michigan. He's a veteran with health issues. Hello. We've just got a lot of common ground. So I interact and engage with him. Whenever I catch him on live, I jump in there and talk to him. When it comes to the Lions, he's extremely knowledgeable and he cares. He keeps it 100. I should probably start chatting more on other. Well, I watch Don Lemon. He runs a live chat. Francesco Fiorentini, Tom Grassi, TMZ. I comment on TMZ once in a while. They have a thing they do where you write the headline and you can win a t-shirt. I don't want to win their t-shirt, but for some reason it interests me. So I would say probably once a week I'll make a comment on their headlines or whatever, but I don't really get on there and chat. I probably should. It would probably help my channel if I did, but there's a lot of things that would help my channel that I don't even mess with. Well, all the other social media platforms, I ignore them. I don't get on them. Especially X. What a zoo. Okay. Now, I also have no interest in paying them $8 a month. Okay. Well, if you get on 4 of those sites and you're paying $8 on all 4, now it's $32 a month. You know what I mean? It adds up. So I don't mess with it. I have no interest in posting on any of these others, but if I did, then I would be required to post and try to advertise this show in order to gain more viewers. It would be a vicious circle, and I'd probably end up doubling my time on the computer each week. And I really don't, I don't spend a whole heck of a lot of time on the computer. I mean, other than this broadcast. I might do another hour a day. Maybe. I have no need to be online. I have lots of relatives here in Michigan, and I can interact with family. I do a Tuesday morning family breakfast. Tomorrow morning, there'll probably be, 7 or 8 of us all having breakfast, and we take a 2-hour breakfast. Then I'll run a couple of errands on the way home. And then I'll probably hunker down for the week. I've got, maybe about 70 live stream videos on demand. And if you guys watch those, you're going to learn a lot more about me than I wanted to give out. because of the way I ramble. Okay. I give out a lot of information. Well, I like people. I like talking to people. It's the whole reason for this show. I plan on keeping this show free, but eventually I plan to get my channel monetized so that I can post things for profit. You know, Tragedy Tales. He's got makes himself a decent living, I would assume. I don't want to show a profit on this channel, on this show, but I want, Ghost Mostly Media to do other projects. Any ideas for what you guys would like to see that's not on TV now? Jump in the chat. Tell me what you're looking for. I got 2 channels from YouTube. I can do anything I want. I haven't been posting anything else other than this free show because my channel's not monetized yet. I don't want to come up with a bunch of content and put it on there for free. I'm already doing this show for free. I don't see anybody else giving you 10 hours a week for free. I'm just saying, okay? Even Mike Kimber's got sponsors, I watch his show. I watch Cross Timbers Bison. That just interests me. The guy's, he's ranching wild animals. That to me piques my interest. And I kind of like the guy. He's nice. I like his wife. I like his kids. I like his dogs. I like his turkey. Okay. They all seem very nice. He comes out with a video once a week, 20 to 30 minutes generally. He's got so many side hustles going, it's ridiculous. I saw they were selling a coffee cup. I wanted to get the coffee cup. I wanted to go and buy it. I have a cupboard full of coffee cups. I don't need a coffee cup. I know. It was all I could do to control myself and not go to his website and buy it. Well, it's got little pictures all over the cup of all of his animals. Well, not all of them, but an assortment of his animals. It interests me. And I really don't know what all can you guys look up and see who I subscribe to? I don't know. I've never looked anyone up to see if, what information shows and what doesn't. I'm just starting to do the likes on the TV now. I'm not real good at that stuff, at these things. Gosh, Yeah, I took the weekend off and now I'm having trouble cleaning up my language. My apologies. I would like to have the basic show G rated. You know what I mean? Well, people got me on the TV and their kids are playing in the room. I don't want to be a bad influence per se. But I'm just saying, I need to keep it clean. Slang as well as curse words. Well, the problem is that I spent most of my adult life working in an adult only environment in Las Vegas. So I can, if I don't focus on it, I can come off as being a little bit crass or unfiltered. Well, you spend 33 years telling cocktail waitress jokes, and then all of a sudden you got your own TV show. You need to put the brakes on some of this crap that you've been spewing most of your life. I need to work on it a little bit. When I first started to stream, I was dropping F-bombs. Okay. I think I'm improving, but I need to watch the slang and the vernacular that I'm using. Yeah, I'm having a good beard day. I'm loving it today. Yeah, I never grew a beard all those years in Vegas. So it's the first time in my life I ever had one, and I kind of like it. I got a nasty habit of pulling on it. It's all right as long as the hairs ain't coming out. I'm not pulling too hard. I mean, geez. Yeah, it should be a pretty mellow week. I'll try not to go down too many rabbit holes. I do need to start filming some shorts and start doing something with editing. But most of the guys I know that are doing the editing, like Tragedy, they're putting hours and hours and hours into that stuff. It seems like a whole other job to me. Yeah, crumbling. She would. I offered her the other channel. She could have her own show. She just refuses. She dealt with the public all of her life. Okay. She's really good. She pays attention to the minuscule details in life. And I mean, she don't miss a beat. I got mad respect for her for doing it because me, I don't care about the details. Close enough is good enough. She keeps me straight. She showed me how to reset the air cleaner. Okay. She remembers all this crap. Stuff. All this stuff. She remembers all these things, these details. And I'm just oblivious to them. It's something I need to work on, I think. Well, it's part of being a human being is you discover you have faults and then you need to correct them. And sometimes it's hard. One of my faults is I need to start paying more attention to the details. I used to. When I was in the casino business, I paid attention to every detail. I was sharp. And nowadays, maybe I just been retired too long. I just don't care anymore. Well, it's like my hair. I wash it, I brush it, and I forget about it. Okay. I'm not going to brush it 5 more times today. It's not going to happen. If it bothers me too much, I put it in a ponytail. Or if I'm going to be out in the wind, you know. Just, that's something I need to work on is paying attention to the details. I found that with the analytics and stuff on the channel, and I'm looking those up, and I'm like, then I got to look it up the next day. What did that say? I didn't retain any of it, Well, when you're working a job and you're making $100,000 a year, you pay attention to the details. Once you retire and you're no longer getting paid that kind of money to pay attention to details, the details just don't matter. When there's a priority list in my mind, the details, they don't even make the list. I don't know why. I could probably get into counseling and find out, but well, I believe in counseling. I believe if you're having issues, after my 3rd divorce, I put myself in counseling for 1.5 years to figure out what the hell was wrong with me. It gave me some oversight, an overview of my behavior. That's when I determined I got to stop marrying gold diggers. Personal opinion. Maybe gold diggers are the right thing for you, but for me, no. I've given up half my shit or half of my belongings 3 times now. I'm divorced 3 times. The only thing wrong with being married 10 times is paying for the first 9. But I'm done, I'm not going that route anymore. Well, I don't know. Maybe some rich woman comes in and buys me a diamond ring. I might think twice, but I don't see that happening. So, no, nobody's going to sweep me off my feet. I ain't falling for that anymore. My preference in women is I prefer women that are capable. I'm looking for a partner, not a dependent. Right? But I quit looking. I'm too old for that crap now. I got better things to do. And I'm not giving up half my belongings ever again. Yeah. So if some woman approaches me with a diamond ring and a prenup, I'd consider it. But without both, no. Personal preference. Feel free to disagree. Jump in the chat and speak your mind. It's free. The whole show is free. The only thing you can do wrong in here is not have a good time or not follow the community guidelines established by YouTube. I don't want to get into trouble with YouTube. The way it's going now, they send me little stickers telling me I'm doing a great job. So it's all good, you know. But I like YouTube. It's basically the only thing I watch anymore. I've tried. I can't stand the commercials. They drive me up a wall. The second I put on, basic TV, where, you see 20 minutes of show and 10 minutes of commercials in every 30-minute block, it just drives me up a wall. The commercial comes on and I forget what show I was watching. And I'm like, okay, that's enough. I just soon put on music. Okay. It's more entertaining to me. And besides, if I listen to music, it stimulates my brain. It gets me to think. When I get like writer's block, I put on instrumental music, generally blues or jazz, public domain stuff. And then my mind hears the music and for some reason decides, oh, let's operate, let's function. Something about music, I don't know, I think it's like internal. It takes my mind off my problems. It's like an Etch-a-Sketch. You got this great big old intricate pattern that your brain's got all laid out. Now you put on some music. It's like just shaking the Etch-a-Sketch and, oh, clean slate. Get to start all over again. At least that's the way it seems to me. I like all genres of music. I listen to everything from classical to hip hop and rap. But something about instrumental blues or instrumental jazz that just wipes out the whole, every problem I got just disappears. Of course, when I'm listening to music, I also smoke a bowl. So maybe those two are interrelated somehow. Marijuana is legal here in Michigan. Well, as legal as it can be. I'm not recommending anyone do anything illegal ever. I smoke cigarettes and pot. I smoke the cigarettes to cut down on the pot consumption. I smoke the pot to cut down on the cigarette consumption. That's my personal formula. I gave up all my other vices. Okay. I did have a beer on Friday night. One. I was watching Tom Grossi's Q&A, and I just had a beer. I had bought a 15 pack like 3 months ago, and I thought I had drank 3 of them. It turns out I had only drank 2, so I drank one Friday night, and now I have a 12 pack left. It'll probably last another 3 months. I did all my drinking when I was young. I had a serious problem with alcohol until I was about 35. It took me a few years to get control and to put that bottle down. I did much better with all my other addictions, except the smoking. But I had a CT scan last year. I'm clear, I don't have issues. Well, you'll see me hit the mute once in a while. I have a smoker's cough occasionally, but yeah, that's your proof that I'm a human being and I'm not AI. I actually have faults. Okay. I am not perfect. If I were AI, I would be perfect, right? Wouldn't have any faults. I offer that up as proof that I'm not AI. Hey, I'm not sure how much longer we're going to be able to tell AI from reality. That it's a real fine line right now, and AI is working on it 24/7 so that they cannot be detected. So we'll see how it goes down, but well, my computer guy, Tom, was telling me back when I started this channel, August 25th, I was talking to Tom, and he told me that if I hosted the chat show for a year, he could use all the videos and create an AI program that could host its own chat show. I found that quite interesting. I'm not going to do it, but I found it quite interesting. He said he could just create an avatar and program it basically with my answers, I found it interesting. But Tom's like a computer guru, he can do anything. Multiple times Tom was working under me, and he would write a computer program for me in one night. And we'd install it, it'd be up and running and work perfectly without a flaw, without a hitch. The guy's good. Some guys excel at writing code, okay? I'm not one of them. I literally wrote code one time. That was it. Just the once. I was successful. And I learned I don't ever want to do this again. It's not fun. It's work. personal opinion. That's all I got, you know. I wrote code. I had a Tandy computer. You got to be old to recognize that name. I don't know, somewhere late 80s. I'm thinking maybe 86, 87, something like that. And I wrote wrote some code to create a kaleidoscope. And I liked the finished product, but I didn't like the 2 days that it took me to write it. Okay. That was not fun. That was hard work. So I'll leave writing code to the people that enjoy that stuff. I was self-taught on computers. Never took a class. Not a single one. Well, I don't know. I built my own computers over the years, and now rather than build my own, I just go to the store and buy them. It's easier, and realistically, your electronics, they got a lifespan of 18 months. You go out, you buy a motherboard, you build your own computer, and 18 months later, something new comes out that's better than what you got, which is why I don't build my own computer anymore. You got to treat them as if they're disposable. Just go to the store, buy one. I haven't had a computer virus in many, 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 many years. I'm real careful what I do anymore. You know, don't click on things that you don't know what they are. Okay. That's real simple rule, you know. You got to know it's coming from a trusted source. But nowadays, the computers got better safeguards than they used to. I'm wondering if you can get a virus in your phone. I would imagine there's some way. Your phone is a computer, so I don't know. You tell me. Jump in the chat. Straighten me out. There's no charge. I'll come up with a topic tomorrow. I'm just not going to go down any rabbit holes today. If my mind is wandering, we're going to let it take a stroll. Okay? I don't want to sway the channel and say, oh, it's going to be about this topic. Or, oh, it's going to be about that. I don't want it to be structured. Chaotic good, as Tom Grossi calls it. Well, there are more good people than there are bad. It's the truth. The good guys outnumber the bad guys by a lot, almost 10 to 1. You can't find that out by watching the news. Okay. They're not telling you that. Your news channels are showing you crimes. They're showing you heinous things to use those to control and manipulate you. It's the Hollywood publicity stunt of the 60s and 70s that's just run amok. Back in the day, an actor or an actress would want to get their name out. So they'd go into some business and get busted for a misdemeanor in order to get their name in the headlines, in order to make press. That way, the next screenwriter or producer could say, oh, I saw her name, or I saw his name in the news. Let's give them a job. They're a good actor or actress or whatever, Get them in here for an audition. Well, TV picked up on that. Even though it was negative publicity, it was still publicity, and it didn't cost them a penny other than the fine they had to pay for that misdemeanor charge. From that, our current news has evolved with their scare tactics. So then you hear that blurb at 3:00 in the afternoon says, mother seriously injured, child missing, story at 11. They got us all to tune in at 11. They trained us with that tease line. Whose mother got hurt? How? What child is missing? Right? These are things that trigger you. They're using that to control and manipulate the masses. You can go to college and get a 4-year degree in how to manipulate the masses with media. It's what they do. They're all trying to divide us up into smaller groups to make us easier to control and manipulate. It's like the Democrat that tells you the Republican is evil and that he's plotting against you and you need to hate him. They want to divide us up into smaller groups. It makes us easier to control and manipulate. And their number one tool of doing this is with fear. Fear is a hard emotion to control. If you cannot control your fear, your rational thinking is tossed out the window. I say it all the time. A little bit of fear is a good thing. A little bit of fear keeps you from walking off a cliff. A little bit of fear keeps you from into the ocean. A little bit of fear can keep you alive. That's a good thing. But an uncontrolled fear is dangerous. Uncontrolled fears, you're going to find yourself curled up in the fetal position in one of your closets, afraid to walk out your front door. It's bad on your mental state, and all rational thinking is gone. You must control your fears, just like you teach your children to do when they want a nightlight. They're afraid of the dark. You open the closet, you show them there's nothing bad in there. You crawl under their bed and you show them there's nothing bad under there. And you help to teach them to control their fears. When you can't control your fears, your imagination works against you. You have to control your fears. This is why I tell people that I'm a pro for self-censorship. I don't think anyone else should censor your intake, but you should censor your own intake. If they're giving you too much information and you cannot control your fears, or you find yourself getting radicalized, you need to get some counseling, and you need to shut off that input that is causing the fear. Censor yourself from that news. Don't take that information in. If you can control your fears, your quality of life improves by a lot. A little bit of fear is good, but uncontrolled fear is bad. And if your news channel is telling you other people hate you and you need to hate them, it's bad. It's a bad influence. You don't need that. You don't want that. You need to weed it out, thin it down. Stop the intake of the negative information. Disagreement is okay. Dislike is okay. But you cannot take dislike and get that into hatred without adding uncontrolled fear. Uncontrolled fear is not good. It is detrimental to your health, physical and mental health. Uncontrolled fear is required in order to get to hate. You cannot hate without adding a dose of uncontrolled fear. It's impossible. That's not hate then that's just dislike. And there's nothing wrong with dislike. I dislike people that lie. I don't have time in my life for people that lie to me. So if you're watching Fox News and they're lying to you, what should you do? If they're lying to you and trying to scare you and get you to hate other people, you need to switch it off. Stop the intake of all the negative information. Self-censorship is okay. A steady diet of this crap is not good for you. Your mental health has a direct correlation to your physical health. It's a proven fact. They hooked electrodes up to chess players. As you feel stress throughout the game, your breathing rate changes. Your pulse changes. You start to perspire. From mental stress to physical differences. Things change based on the amount of stress. Stress is killing people all over the planet. You need to find ways to deal with your stress. I suggest counseling and self-censorship. Shut your news off for a week. You'll feel better about yourself. I guarantee it. That bad news will still be on there when you turn it back on. You don't need it. They're trying to scare you. If you watch the news here in the United States, you will think that there is someone with a machine gun on every corner in America. And it's just not the case. That's not the truth. It's not even close to being true. We have cameras in our society. We have cameras in our phones. All this bad behavior is videotaped, and then it's presented to scare you and to scare you into dividing up into smaller groups. A united America is too scary. They can't control it. So they want to divide us up into smaller groups. It makes us easier to control. Well, look at it. Picture a dining room table. Put an assortment of people at that dining room table that is diversified. You've got a Christian, you've got a Muslim, you've got someone that's Jewish. Now also include a black person, a brown person, and a white person. Now, let's go with a Democrat, an independent, and a Republican, all sitting at your dining room table. Now the news comes on and they tell you all the Muslims hate you and they're plotting against you. If you've got a Muslim sitting right there at the table, you ask him, do you hate me? Are you plotting against me? He's going to tell you no, because he's not. But if you don't have that diversified group to tell you that there's no reason for you to be alarmed, what's going to happen? They divvy us up into smaller groups to scare us and make us easier to control and manipulate. Control your fears. Don't allow this to happen. If you control your fears and don't let them run rampant, then your rational thinking is always going to be available. That rational thinking is necessary. When rational thinking is out the window because of uncontrolled fear. Now you find that you've been radicalized, and then you want to lash out against these other components. Lashing out is normal human behavior. We've all done it from time to time, but the wise man controls it. Why? Because our society has rules against lashing out against one another. Our society has an umbrella of rules that we all must live under and stay within. It's okay to get angry, but if you get angry and go out and punch somebody in the mouth, what happens? You get thrown in jail. Your actions have consequences. Our society says you can do a little bit of lashing out, but it's a fine line. Don't go too far. If you go too far, we're going to imprison you to teach you a lesson. You can't lash out physically. You cannot go up and hit somebody. It's illegal. You go to jail. So you better keep your fears under control, and you better not be lashing out physically, hurting other people. It's legal to have a gun, but it's not legal to point it at someone. For that, you go to jail. It's legal to have a gun, but it's not legal to shoot at someone. For that, you go to jail. So what do you get for your hate when you can't lash out? What do you get for your anger when you can't lash out? Nothing. They get you nothing. They get you internal stress, and you might get an ulcer. You're spending all this time angry, and you got no time to laugh. You've got no time to have fun. Your neighbor is not conspiring against you. I don't care how many times they tell you he is. He's not. He's trying to live his life as he sees fit. Let me ask you, you're a sane, normal person. Are you sitting around plotting to hurt others? I'm not. Normal people don't do this. So if you are, you need to get some help. You need some counseling. Normal people don't sit around and think about hurting others. We're too busy with our lives. We're working to build our future with our families and our friends. We're striving for something greater. A fist fight is not in the cards. We don't want that. You got to control your fears. And by controlling your fears, thus you cannot have hate. It's impossible to hate someone without having uncontrolled fear of them. Impossible. You can't get there from here without uncontrolled fear. In my opinion. Feel free to jump in the chat and disagree. That's what this show is all about. You have a right to your opinion. But you tell me what in this whole world has been built from anger. What has been built from uncontrolled fear? not a building, not a city, not a town. Fear and anger build nothing. Hatred builds nothing. It's the opposite. Uncontrolled fear tears down our society. Uncontrolled fear tears down everything that we have previously built. The reason we have cities, towns, villages, communities is so that people can get together and collaborate and work together. When people work together, they build bigger and greater things than they could ever have built by themselves. That collaboration pays off. We become successful. We are successful because of our collaboration, because of the help we got from other people. We rely on people every day and we don't realize it. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to breakfast and I'm going to go run errands. I'm relying on the people that work in the restaurant to go and do their jobs. I'm relying on the people in the grocery store to go and do their jobs. I rely on these people all the time. And guess what? They're there for me all the time. Every time I go to the restaurant, I get food. Every time I go to the grocery store, it's open. I've relied on these people. And now, due to that reliance, I have a convenience. I get to go to the restaurant and let other people cook for me. Let other people clean up the dishes. Think about that. We're an intertwined society. We found that out in the pandemic. When no one went to work, how good was life? It sucked. Everyone goes to work every day. I don't care how many of them are telling you that people don't want to work. I don't care how many people are telling you that. It's bunk. Not just in America, in every country around the world, everybody gets up and goes to work every day. You can rely on it. You can depend on it. We do rely on it. We do depend on it every day. Our society works. It functions. We don't realize how codependent we are on others, but we did during the pandemic. When that restaurant and that store wasn't open, it was like living in a cave, wasn't it? Tell me you see my point. Without other people, life gets really hard really fast. If you lived 50 miles from your nearest neighbor, where are you going to go get food? You got to go hunt. You got to go fish. That's a lot harder than going to the grocery store, isn't it? Takes more time, takes more energy, takes more skill. I don't need to spend that time. I don't need to spend that energy. I don't need that skill to go to the grocery store. We are codependent on one another and we are reliable. We are dependable. Everybody in every country across this planet gets up and goes to work every day. These people that are telling you that there are people in our society that don't want to work, they're lying to you. Everybody wants to work because everyone wants to build for their future. Everyone wants more. If you don't want more and you don't go to work, what do you get? Nothing. People are good. They're not bad. They're not sitting around conspiring against you. That crap is your imagination running away with you because of this negative information you've been fed. I can't trust the Muslim guy. I can't trust the black man. Bullshit. You can trust that Muslim. You can trust the black man. You can trust the white man. There are more good people in this world than there are bad. The people that are trying to convince you that everyone is bad, these are the bad guys. When your Democrat's telling you to hate the Republican, he's doing you a disservice. He's trying to separate you from that Republican. He's trying to tell you, don't be friends with him. Why is he doing that? Because when they separate us into smaller groups, we become easier for them to control and manipulate. Don't allow them to control you. Don't allow them to get you to hate other people. Other people are nice. I guarantee you, when I go out tomorrow morning, I will not see a criminal. I'm going to go to the restaurant. I'm going to go to the grocery store. I will not see a criminal. Nobody's going to be standing there with an AK-47 trying to kill me. It's not going to happen. I don't care what the news tonight says. It's not going to happen. There are too many good guys. You and I are good guys. Are you sitting around plotting about hurting other people? Neither am I. These neighbors of yours that they're trying to tell you to hate, these neighbors of yours that they're trying to tell you are the bad guys, are not the bad guys. Vote that politician that's telling you that crap out of office. He's doing you a disservice. He's doing our society a disservice. He's the bad guy. He's the one that's taking the bribe from the corporation, coming out and lying to you to get your vote so he can get into office and turn his back on you. His is a premeditated plan. He got into the politics so that he could take the bribe. He didn't get into politics to help you. I know. I'm telling you, all these politicians that already hold office are not the ones you want. Look at our society. Look what's on the news. They're trying to scare you. And your politician is part of the problem. Vote him out of office. Put a revolving door on each House of Congress and on the White House. Next, I want somebody new. I want somebody new. I want somebody new. Keep saying it to yourself. Stop electing these people that are screwing us over. They're not the good guys. They're the bad guys. They're the ones that are plotting against you. I'm going to take this corporate bribe and then I'm going to screw over all of my voters so that this corporation can make more money and give me another bribe next year. That's what's going on. That's what's happening every day in this country. The politicians that are in office need to go. Get new people in there. I don't care who. It doesn't matter who. Next. When this news is all negative and it's scaring you, shut it off. Ignore them. If you want to improve this country, if you want to improve this planet, you need to live and let live. Accept that other people are different from you and allow them to be different from you. Don't try to micromanage them. Don't try to tell them how to live their life. Accept that they're different. Live and let live. Cut them some slack. Be understanding. Mind your own business. I see it happening all the time. People are trying to micromanage one another and tell them how to live their life. That doesn't work. You cannot micromanage other people. Try being more patient. Try being more understanding. Try being considerate of others and respecting others. Don't fear others. Respect them. Personal opinion. Feel free to jump in the chat and disagree. The show's called Afternoon Chat. It's on Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm your host, Ghost Mostly. I'm not here to sell you anything. You will not find a commercial on this show. You will not find a sponsor on this show. I do not have a line of merch. I'm not running for political office. I'm not trying to control or manipulate you in any way, shape, or form. This show has no set topic. Jump in the chat. You set the topic. What do you want to talk about? Your opinion matters and you have a right to voice it. If you've ever wanted to have a discussion with your TV, this is where you do it. This show. There's no predetermined agenda. I'm not trying to get you to do anything except communicate openly. I have a live and let live policy. That's me. That's personal. I'm telling you, leave your neighbor alone. Stop picking on him. Stop trying how to run his life. He makes his own calls. You don't have to fear him. He's not plotting against you. He's simply living his own life. That's what we all want to do. Do you want someone telling you how to run your life? No, you don't. So don't sit in judgment over other people. Don't tell them how to live their life. You don't know what they're dealing with. You don't know what's on their plate. Maybe that guy's holding down 3 jobs. Maybe that guy's got a sick kid. Maybe he's dealing with a death in the family. You don't know what's on his plate. You don't know how much stress he's under. So leave him alone. Cut him some slack. Be the most understanding person in the room. Be forgiving. Be patient. You can do all these things. You do not have to be an asshole. You can be a nice guy. So keep your mouth shut. Leave him alone. Don't pick on him. Let him make his own choices, even if they're mistakes. We all have manners. We've all been raised and taught how to say please and thank you. We all love our parents. We all love our family. Trust me when I tell you this, the good guys outnumber the bad, and that's not just in the United States. That's in every country throughout the world. The good guys outnumber the bad guys by a lot. I understand I'm the only one on TV telling you this. These other people are getting paid to tell you differently. I'm telling you, your neighbor that you think is plotting against you is actually your best friend. Because when Mother Nature strikes and you're standing in chest-high water, that neighbor that you've been told you must hate, he's going to be the guy in the boat tooling by. He's going to pull you out of the water. Because just like you, he always does the right thing. If your roles are reversed and you're the one in the boat and he's in the water, are you going to help him out of the water, or are you going to watch him drown? I already know the answer. I know you're going to do the right thing. We all do. Live and let live. Cut your neighbor some slack. It's not your place to pick and choose for him. It's not your place to tell him how to run his life. Just because your news and your politicians tell you he's plotting against you, he's not. He's just simply trying to live his life. Feel free to jump in the chat and disagree with me. This is where you can do it. I'm your host, Ghost Mostly. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you for your views. Like and subscribe if you could. It will help the channel. If you can't do it, don't worry about it. I'm not making you do anything. Okay. Today's Monday. I'll be back on tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope to see you then. Special shout out to Tragedy Tales. He was in the chat today, helping the show. I appreciate him. You should too. That being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Be safe. Enjoy Monday Night Football. And if you're nice to everybody all of the time, I believe all that kindness will come back to you tenfold. That said, have a great evening. See you tomorrow.